Hi guys, Alice Taylor down here at Lytham Golf Academy. Today we're going to do a little long drive contest between my current driver, which is the new TaylorMade M1 460, and we're going to test it against the Ping G LSTEC driver. So when I chose my driver, I picked between M1, Sub-Zero and the 917D3, and quite a few of you guys out there asked why I didn't put the G LSTEC in the bag. Maybe a little bit of an oversight on my behalf. You know, I was thinking kind of, it's been on the market a little bit longer, I get some great numbers out of it, but kind of fancied something newer to the market. So I'm going to kind of put my better judgment on the line now. We're going to hit 6 shots with each, and we're going to see how LSTEC performs compared to my TaylorMade M1. So we're going to hit 6 real balls on GC2, look at some numbers. So completely closed data, it's cold down here, it's blowing a gale. I'm probably not going to move as quick as I can in the summer, but it'll give me a fair comparison between the two. So we're going to let the Challenger go first, so the Ping. Done separate reviews on both drivers, so I'm not going to get too much into the technology. Obviously the TaylorMade is a little bit more adjustable. I don't tweak it a massive amount anyway, but I've got both drivers set at 8.5. Got extra stiff in both drivers. Just for me, feels like I've got a bit more control, try and keep the spin down. So Ping feels very, very light. Off we go. Okay, so a little bit heely with the first one. Making it cut a touch. Certainly not getting out there quite as far as we'd like. Okay, maybe just a tiny bit out the bottom. Straighter, a little bit of a pull. Getting out there nearly 280. Felt a bit more solid. Much straighter. Certainly getting out there again just about that 280. Maybe just fractionally and only slightly towards the toe on that one. Certainly that one's getting out there a little bit further. 291. That felt the best out of all of them strike wise. Carries big and getting there 302. And again, solid, not quite as good as the previous one. And again, going to get out there about that 280 mark. Okay then guys, so good solid strikes. You know, when I'm talking about a little bit toe, a little bit heel, they're all fairly near the middle, but I can definitely feel the difference with all the drivers when you strike it in just the right place. Obviously got one really, really good one there. Definitely a little bit worried having seen that really long one that maybe this is going to go further than my current driver. So let's swap over. Let's go on to the M1. So like I said, both drivers set up correctly for me, so it's a fair comparison. Am I going to make the exact same swing every time? Not a chance. Am I pretty consistent with how I swing it? Yes. Big thing for me is just obviously just slightly striking it differently on the club face. Does produce different numbers, therefore different results. So 6 decent ones with LSTEC. Let's have a look with M1. So maybe a little bit off the bottom to begin with. Not that far off the middle, but just a little bit low on the face. About just under 280. Felt more solid. Very straight. Okay, getting out there 283. Felt good, but a little bit lower than I would normally do. Again, 284. Little bit off the toe. Again, towards the middle, but just slightly towy. Again, getting out there just under 290. Again, probably not quite out of the screws, but kind of just slightly towards the heel. But again, 286. Very low, very towy. That won't be a good one for distance. Just under 270. Right then guys, so 6 shots with M1. So before we look at numbers, I thought that probably didn't get one that I would have said was my really good one with the TaylorMade, where I did get one with the Ping where I felt it like really went, kind of looked very low spin. Be interesting to see the averages to see which one comes out on top. So let's pop across, look at some numbers, and then come back and make a decision. Okay then guys, so we look at the numbers, kind of ball speed almost identical, kind of just under 155. Launch angle was a touch lower with the TaylorMade, with my driver. Backspin 2.6 against 2.6. Didn't get one really where I had one out of the club face with the M1. Didn't get it slightly above centre and slightly towards the toe, which gives me that really low spinning one like we saw with the Ping for the 5th shot. Kind of got a bit more ball speed, nice low spin, and really got it out there. And the average is at 256 against 255 and 281 total. Almost a dead heat. Right then guys, so as I see with all these videos that I do, once the drivers are set up the same and you're performing even relatively consistently, they perform very similar to each other. You know, there's nothing in that, you know, club speed, ball speed, spin, carry, total, almost identical. If I'd have removed kind of which club was which, we'd have struggled to tell from a results perspective which was which. So I think this driver again comes down to very like I made the choice with how I picked kind of my TaylorMade M1, is when I looked at looks and feel of the drivers, you know, that one just came out on top for me, and I would still have that the case even with the Ping. You know, I don't dislike the Dragonfly and the turbulators on top, but I prefer the way the TaylorMade looks. I think from a feel perspective, I know they're all hollow, but the Ping one just feels a little bit more kind of hollow, doesn't feel quite as solid for me when I hit the ball. So even if I'd have included that in my what's in the bag driver video, I still think it'd have performed exactly like everything else. I think depending on the tiny changes on impact position, and I think I'm going to do a video on that because I'm talking a lot about that lately. So we'll start looking at some impact strikes and see how that affects ball on another video. But I still think it comes down to once the driver's set properly, it's about what looks and feels best for you, because all the drivers are going to perform very much the same as each other, because they're all designed to very tight tolerances. So guys, as ever, really appreciate you taking the time to watch my videos. Hope you've enjoyed it. If you have, like and share it. Follow me on all the social media platforms. Subscribe to the channel if you don't already. Hopefully catch up with some of you guys down here in the future. Stay in contact.